Hello everybody! As a contribution for a wedding celebration, I am preparing a giant puzzle. I am painting a large picture, sawing it into 54 puzzle pieces and creating a transport box for it. The wedding couple will then put this puzzle together during the celebration and have the opportunity to show how well they work together as a team. At the beginning, I make a big stencil from the wedding couple. For this, I use the outline of the couple shown on their invitation and enlarge it 3 times. The enlargement I cut into equal rectangles in 9 proportions. These are again enlarged on the copy machine about 3 times and put together. So the shape of the couple is 120 centimeters tall. I cut it out, leaving strips behind for stability. With the help of this template, their silhouette will be placed in the landscape painting later. And now I start painting. I paint on the back of a 120 by 180 centimeter hardboard, which has a slightly textured surface. I cover it with a white primer and let it dry. An impregnation seals the surface. I draw a horizon line at the height of the golden section and mark the center of the image. And these are the colors for the sky: white tinted with Indian yellow, burnt sienna, Paynes gray, ultramarine blue mixed with white and Paynes gray, and real orange. All colors are diluted with water. The sun stands briefly above the horizon in the middle of the picture and spreads his bright glow, with a soft transition into the orange sky. Above it, the sky fades to blue. Across the entire image, gray clouds are drawn, illuminated from behind, before the transition of orange to light blue. Because the bride comes from southern Germany, there are castle ruins on a hill on the right. It is illuminated by the sun. The sea is first laid out in blue and becomes more intensive towards the bottom. Here I paint a reflection of the dark clouds on the water. The water surface is slightly moved so it receives light and dark accents. The orange sky is also reflected on the water surface. Wooded mountains fill the right side below the castle ruins, as it is in southern Germany sometimes. The grey-blue in the distance becomes greener towards the front and thus looks closer. I draw 2 vanishing points on the horizon, which are used to align the dike and beach lines. Sand-colored paint is used for beach and dike primer. These areas are darkened a little bit more. The foreground should always be more intense. I smooth the structures with a thick, damp brush. Because the groom comes from the North Sea coast, I paint a windmill directly behind the dike on the left. The parts of the windmill are primed and later shaded. Now I put the silhouettes of the wedding couple into the picture with the help of a negative stencil. With a very dark gray, I paint the inside of the silhouettes, creating a strong light-dark contrast, which creates a special mood to the picture. By the way, strong contrasts also help in assembling the puzzle. The foreground also should be dark, because it hardly meets sunlight. A bit of southern Germany vegetation on the right, a bit of coastal vegetation on the left. Finally, because of the backlight, I put bright outlines on the silhouettes as well as grasses and leaves. The back of the painting is sanded and rolled white. I mark along the edges and through the middle 20 centimeter long sections. Then I connect the markings by hand to make a grid. The cross points give orientation to saw out the pieces. I need 2 tables of the same height standing with a gap to cut out the puzzle pieces. This gap should be slightly wider than the noses of the puzzle pieces to be sawn out. I use a very narrow saw blade. To transport the pieces, I slightly reduce the size of a sturdy box, cut out handles to carry it easier, fold it inwards, and prime the box with white on the outside. After drying, I paint irregular, rounded areas in red, orange and magenta with white spaces in between. A shiny acrylic varnish seals the surface, dries well, and this special box for the wedding puzzle is ready. And then it starts. The young couple takes about 8 minutes to put the puzzle together. Congratulations! This is a great gift idea to give because the wedding couple will always remember such a wonderful contribution. It's a unique and memorable gift that can be repuzzled together every year on their wedding anniversary. If you like the video, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching and see you soon in Martie's Atelier. Bye bye!